Good morning, good evening, wherever you may be watching this video. Today, we will be discussing XRP staking through the Flare network. There was a Spaces hosted earlier today by Vet from the XRP community, guest starring Hugo Fillion from Flare. Now, there was a lot of good things discussed in today's Spaces, like how does it work, where does the yield come from, and many other things. I took notes, so I'm gonna try and read through my chicken scratch, but with that being said, let's get into today's content. Now, before I get into the specifics on how the XRP staking protocol on the Flare network will in fact operate, Hugo Fillion made it a point to make a clear distinction on what staking actually is and essentially how the term staking has been abused in other protocols. He stated that staking is not necessarily participating in a financial instrument like providing liquidity. Providing liquidity is providing liquidity. Staking is staking, two separate things, right? Verbatim, Hugo Fillion defined staking as the conference of economic value of a specific token towards a particular validator or a set of validators that helps define how that network comes to consensus. Now, that's totally different from providing liquidity. Providing liquidity is supplying two tokens to a DEX to help facilitate trades. Now, you earn a yield by providing liquidity through fees generated from trades made for that particular pair. Now, that is participating in a specific financial product. Staking is not participating in a financial product. Staking is helping secure the network through delegating your tokens to a validator or set of validators to ensure transactions are validated properly and the network is able to come to a consensus on what is happening. So when looking at the XRP staking protocol on Flare, think of it as a security protocol, not a financial product or financial protocol like a DEX or traditional DeFi products would be considered. Now, with that being said, the XRP staking protocol on Flare will allow for the staked XRP to secure services on the XRP ledger, such as potentially a Oracle service or even a machine learning service. In return for the staked XRP and providing security to other protocols, you will earn a yield on that staked XRP through whatever token that protocol you are securing is offering. Now, getting into the specifics on how the XRP staking protocol on Flare works, the staking protocol will leverage PMWs or protocol managed wallets. Now, I've made a video detailing how protocol managed wallets operate, and Flare even created a very detailed blog post explaining how they work and many other details, so be sure to check that out. But to sum it up for the purposes of this video, the XRP staking protocol will leverage PMWs and Flare's native data protocols such as the FDC, FTSO, and FSP, alongside nodes operated on the XRP ledger. This is how Flare will be able to prove certain actions occurred on the XRP ledger. And if the expected action or event indeed occurred on the XRP ledger, rewards will be paid out. If not, a slashing mechanism will be invoked against accrued rewards. This mechanism incentivizes all validators leveraging the XRP staking protocol to indeed function as intended. Otherwise, they don't get rewards. All right, for this one, I got to give a shout out to Dan Rocky for his amazing post detailing out a potential use case for a cross-chain validation service leveraging the XRP staking protocol. Now, the whole purpose of this cross-chain validation service is to help protect bridges from potential exploitation and hacks. There are several other potential use cases, such as the ones Hugo Fillion mentioned during the Spaces, like a Oracle service leveraging the XRP staking protocol to secure its price feeds, or a machine learning service, which I think is the most interesting of the three I mentioned in this video. Now, to wrap this video up with my own personal thoughts and opinions, I find everything discussed in today's video to be really interesting. I also found the Spaces held earlier today to be very insightful, so if you missed that, please go check the recording. It was a lot of great information shared in that Spaces. You don't want to miss that. I do think it'll be interesting to see as we build out the functionality and use cases of Flare Network and provide services to other networks, how will other networks and communities accept or approach Flare Network? Today's Spaces really gave me some insight on and really encouraged me that other networks, other communities will also want to extend that olive branch and learn more about the Flare network. It's not just a one-sided thing like it had felt in the past. So I hope that we can do something similar like today's spaces involving the XRP community with other communities such as Bitcoin and Doge. So only time will tell. The future is extremely bright over here, and I can't wait to see how this thing continues to build out. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.